Hello and welcome to 1969 Baseball. We are here for the second game of a doubleheader and Game 4 between the Mets and Cubs in New York. The Cubs have taken 2 out of the first 3, including the opening game of today's doubleheader. For the nightcap, we're going to be playing under the lights in New York, and the Cubs' Dick Selma is going to be sent out to the mound. He is making start number 4. With a 2-1 record, 4.58 ERA, 136 WHIP. Selma will be supported by a lineup which we're going to see a change here because Felski is going to be dropped in for Hundley to catch. And Blomberg will get moved up. Beckert will switch with Kessinger. Banks will bat behind Blomberg. There we go. Okay. So now that we have the lineup figured out, we're going to see the Cubs lineup will be Beckert, Phillips, Williams, Santo, Blomberg, 2 home runs in the first game of this doubleheader, Banks, Felski, Kessinger, and the pitcher Selma batting ninth. The Mets are going to send Tom Seaver out to the mound. He is making start number 5 with an 0-2 record, 3.50 ERA, 122 WHIP. Seaver will have a lineup surrounding him of Otis, Boswell, Shamsky, Swoboda, Grote, Cranepool, File, Heiss playing shortstop, and Seaver batting ninth and doing the pitching. It is 59 degrees, a little warmer than for the afternoon game, and the wind blowing in from center harder now at 13 mph. So as the Mets take the field, Seaver is getting on the mound to finish his warm-up pitches, and Beckert steps up to the plate. The Mets and Cubs are tied with identical 8-12 records coming into this game. So the winner is going to have a leg up. The Cubs, after this game, are going to travel to Philadelphia for 3 to complete this road trip. Beckert standing on the plate, and a 1-ball count as Seaver looking for the sign and delivering. And a pop-up to the right side. The second baseman coming over. The first baseman called off. Oh, and the ball is dropped. Boswell loses it in the lights, and he makes an error. So Beckert reaches on the error on the pop-up, and he is now on first with nobody out, and Adolfo Phillips is the batter. 1-2 is the count, and Phillips swings and misses for strike 3. So that is a sinker. And it is the first strikeout of the game for Seaver. Billy Williams now the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. 0-2 count. Williams waiting for the pitch. And a liner into left field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Williams going to the opposite field for extra bases. Rounding second and heading for third. As Williams stops at second with a double. Beckert cruises over to third. And now the Cubs have second and third with 1 out. Santo now batting. 1 out, 2 men in scoring position. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Ron Santo, and he checks his swing. He is awarded first. That is ball 4. So the bases are now loaded, and Blomberg is the batter. The hero of the first game of this series, this doubleheader actually. Blomberg coming up with 1 out and the bases loaded. Full count pitch. Blomberg drives that one into left. That's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run is in. Williams stopping at third. Cubs have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. So Blomberg gets the RBI single. Banks now the batter. 1 out. Bases still loaded. Seaver working with a 1-ball count. Banks waiting for the pitch. And a grounder toward third. Picked up, thrown to second. The relay to first. And the 5-4-3 double play is going to end the inning. The Cubs strand a couple. We're going to the bottom of the first of a 1-0 ball game. Selma going to face Otis here in the bottom of the first inning. 0-2 count. Selma looking for the sign. And here is the pitch. And a grounder, weakly hit back to the mound. Selma picks it up, throws over to first. That is out number 1. Boswell now batting with 1 out, nobody on. 0-2 pitch. Selma delivering. And a grounder towards short. This time Kessinger has it. Throws over to first for out number 2. Selma now working to Shamsky with 2 outs, nobody on, and a 2-2 count. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the fastball outside. So Selma retires the side in order. We're going to the top of the second of a 1-0 ball game. Felsky is going to lead off as the Cubs sent 6 runners up in the top of the first inning. Here's a 2-2 count, and Felsky swings and misses for strike 3. That was a fastball away, and Seaver has his second strikeout of the game. Kessinger now batting, 1 out, nobody on, 1 strike count. Kessinger waiting for the pitch, and a pop up to center. Looks like it should be an easy play as the wind knocks that one down, and the catch is made for out number 2. Selma now batting, the pitcher coming up with 2 outs and nobody on, and an 0-2 count. Dick Selma waiting for the pitch. Pop up to right. Again, the right fielder coming in for what looks like a routine play, and the catch is made for out number 3. So the Cubs retired in order. We're going to the bottom of the second inning of a 1-0 ball game. Swoboda is going to lead off for the Mets against Dick Selma here in the bottom of the third. 1 strike count. Selma with the pitch. Liner over the first baseman's head into right field. That's going to be the first base hit for the Mets here in the bottom of the second inning. Going all the way to the wall. Oh, and that's going to be, as Blomberg misses it, it goes all the way to the wall, and Swoboda ends up in second. Blomberg is credited with the error, and now Grote is the batter. Nobody out, runner on scoring position. Here is the first pitch to Dick Grote, and a drive to right. Blomberg goes back, he dives, and this time he makes the play. An amazing defensive play out in right field. So Swoboda is retired. Oh, no, Blomberg is hurt. So we got to come up, well, Jim Hickman is going to be the new plan in right field. He's going to go out to right. Blomberg injured himself. He has foot soreness, and he's going to be out well, he's not going to be out. He's day-to-day for 3 days. So Blomberg going to the bench for the rest of this game as he has to come out. Hickman now replacing him in right. Swoboda tags up and advances to third. An amazing defensive effort by Blomberg, easily saving a base hit and probably a run. So now there's 1 out, runner on third, and Cranepool is the batter. 1-2 is the count, and a grounder to third. Santo dives, he throws the ball to first, and he throws it away. The Cubs defense is really suspect here in the second inning. The error by Santo allows Cranepool to get to second, and now the Mets have tied the game at 1. So File batting with 1 out, 1 man on. Here's a 1-ball count and a grounder back toward the mound. Selma has it. Throws to first, but the throw is late? Man, it looked like he lollipopped that ball over to first. So Cranepool takes third, and the inning continues for Bob Heiss with 1 out, runners on the corners. Mets already tied the game at 1. Selma working with a 2-2 count and a grounder to third. Santo over to Beckert, and he throws it away again. Beckert can't handle it. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Beckert drops the ball. No, that was an errant throw. The throw went into the outfield, so Santo airmailed it over Beckert's head. That could have been an inning-ending double play. And instead, the Black Cat is prancing across the infield. So now, with 2 runs already in, 3 errors in the inning, and the Mets have first and second with 1 out, and Seaver's the batter. I'm assuming this is going to be a sacrifice situation. 0-2 count. Seaver tries to lay down the bunt, and he offers but misses, so that's a strikeout for the second out of the inning. Otis now the batter with 2 outs, 2 men on. Selma looking to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. That gets away. That's a wild pitch. It bounces all the way to the backstop. Curveball gets away from Felsky. And now the Mets have second and third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Selma working with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a pop-up to left. That's going to be deep. Billy Williams going back to the warning trap. That ball is hanging up there a long time, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Mets get 6 outs in the bottom of the second inning. They score twice. We're going to the top of the third of a 2-1 ball game. You know, I guess it could have been worse, right? The Mets only scored twice. They're up by 1. Got to rebound and try to get those runs back here now in the top of the third inning. Here's a 1-2 count as Beckert leading off, waiting for the pitch. And a grounder to the right side. Second baseman has it. He does not throw to first as Beckert beats it out easily for an infield single. So now the tying run is on first, and Adolfo Phillips is the batter. Nobody out, one man on. Seaver working to Phillips with a 3-1 count. And that's way inside for ball 4. So Seaver issues the walk, which puts runners on first and second with nobody out, and Billy Williams is the batter. He is 1 for 1 today. Facing Seaver with nobody out, 2 men on. Full count pitch to Billy Williams. Here it comes. And a grounder to first. Picked up, stepping on the base to get the sure out is Kranepool, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. That's going to act as a sacrifice as Williams advances the runners to second and third, respectively. Santo now batting. He is going to face Seaver with 1 out, the tying run 90 feet away. Go-ahead run on second here in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Ron Santo, and he is going to watch strike 3 go by a fastball on the outer part of the plate. And Santo strikes out looking. And now Jim Hickman comes up. Hickman, the defensive replacement for Blomberg in the previous half inning, comes up with 2 outs and 2 men on here in the top of the 3rd inning. Hickman waiting for the first pitch, and he grounds it to first. A high chopper. The throw goes to the pitcher covering, and the Cubs are retired. 2 runners are stranded. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd of a 2-1 ball game. So Selma now facing Boswell. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Selma's allowed 2 runs, but neither of them were earned. Boswell now waiting for the first pitch from Selma. And a liner right at Kessinger. That is out number 1. Shamsky now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Shamsky. And low for ball 4. So Selma issuing the walk brings up Swoboda. With 1 out, 1 man on, 0-2 pitch, and driven to center. The center fielder, Phillips, didn't even really react. That is long gone. 2-run home run from Ron Swoboda, 445 feet out to straightaway center field. It is now a 4-1 Met lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Selma facing Grote here in the bottom of the 3rd. 1 out, nobody on. Selma working. There's a grounder to first. Banks has it. Throws to the pitcher covering, and that is out number 2. Kranepool now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Kranepool. And strike 3 is called. Kranepool is retired. 3 strikeouts in the game for Selma. We're going to the top of the 4th of a 4-1 ball game. Ernie Banks going to lead off against Tom Seaver here in the top of the 4th. Banks 0 for 1 today. 1 strike count. Banks looking to start something for the Cubs. And a pop-up on the infield. The second baseman is going to be called off by the shortstop, who makes the catch for out number 1. Felsky now batting, 1 out and nobody on. 2-0 count, Felsky with the pitch. And a grounder towards short. This time the throw has to go over to first to retire the runner, and that is out number 2. Kessinger now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 1-2 count, and the pitch to Don Kessinger. And a liner past the first baseman into right field. That's going to be a 2-out single for Kessinger. So he stops at first. The base hit will bring up the pitcher Selma with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. 1 man on. Seaver working with a 2-2 count. And Selma swings and misses for strike 3. So the inning is over. The Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. It is a 4-1 ball game. File leading off for the Mets here in the bottom of the 4th. Selma with 50 pitches, working with 1 strike count and the pitch. Grounder towards short. Kessinger picks it up. Throws over to first. That is out number 1. Heiss now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Selma facing Heiss. And here's the first pitch. And there's a little grounder in front of the plate. Felsky has it. He clears the runner, throws over to first, and that is out number 2. And the pitcher Seaver will come up next with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-1 count. Seaver waiting for the pitch. A pop-up in foul territory. Hundley chasing. Banks chasing. Felsky chasing. And Felsky making the catch to end the inning. We're going to the top of the 5th. It is a 4-1 game in favor of New York. The Cubs leadoff hitter Glenn Beckert is going to lead off in the top of the 5th inning against Tom Seaver. Beckert waiting for the first pitch from Seaver. Here it comes. And a drive to left. But that's going to be playable as the left fielder, Shamsky, makes the catch in front of the warning track for out number 1. Looked good coming off the bat, but a little too close to the left fielder. So Phillips now the batter, 1 out and nobody on. 2-2 count, Adolfo Phillips waiting for the pitch. And there is strike 3 called. So Seaver has 5 strikeout victims now in this game, and Billy Williams is the next batter. 2 outs, nobody on base. 2-2 count. Seaver working to Williams. And a liner into left field, that'll be a single. So the Cubs, again, mastering the 2-out base hit. And that'll bring up Ron Santo. With 2 outs, 1 man on. Seaver facing Santo with a 1-1 count. And Santo lines that one into center. I believe that's going to drop in for another base hit. Williams rounding second, but he is going to stop as the throw goes directly to third. So the Cubs trying to stage a 2-out rally here, sending Hickman up with 2 outs and 2 runners on base. Cubs down by 3, top of the 5th inning. Here's the first pitch to Hickman, and that gets away. That's going to go all the way to the backstop, and the runners advance to second and third. So Hickman now needing a base hit to drive in at least 1 run here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's a full count pitch to Hickman. And he grounds it to third, and that gets past the third baseman into left field. 1 run is in. Williams coming around. Santo coming around. The Cubs score twice on the Hickman RBI double, and we have a 4-3 ball game here in the top of the 5th inning. So Hickman, with those 2 RBIs, increases his season total, to 8, and that'll bring up Ernie Banks. Banks coming up with 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Cubs down by 1 in the top of the 5th inning. 1-1 is the count. Banks, and that one gets away. Seaver throws another wild pitch. Hickman advances down to third, and now the tying run is 90 feet away. Banks facing Seaver with a 2-1 count, and Banks waiting for the pitch, and a grounder to second. Picked up, thrown over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs score twice. They strand a runner. We're going to the bottom of the 5th of a 4-3 ball game. Amos Otis coming up to face Dick Selma here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Mets up by 1. Selma with a 1-strike count, delivering the pitch. And a pop up to left. Billy Williams coming in. It looks like he has a line on it as he gets under it to make out number 1. Boswell now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Selma facing Boswell with the first pitch. And a liner in right field. That one will drop in for a base hit as Hickman plays it on a hop. 1-out single for the Mets. And now Shamsky the batter with 1 out. Runner is on first. Full count pitch from Selma. And that's outside for ball 4. So Selma has issued his second walk of the game. And now Swoboda is the batter with 1 out, 2 men on. And I don't really want this game to get away from us. We fought pretty hard to get back in it already. I think this is going to be the time where we're going to warm up Archie Reynolds to potentially come in and pitch. Plus, Selma's spot is due up third next inning anyway. Probably going to pinch hit for him when that comes around. So Reynolds is going to start warming up. Visit the mound and say, yeah, I'm still strong, but you're struggling. You might be strong, but you can still struggle. So Swoboda facing Selma with first and second and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-2 is the count. Selma working. And strike 3 is called. Dropped a curveball in on him. And Selma now has 4 strikeouts in the game. Jerry Grote, the next batter, the Mets catcher, facing Selma with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Here's a full count pitch to Grote. And a grounder to first. Banks has it. Throws to the pitcher covering, and the pitcher is late. Oh, and the runner is safe at first as Selma is slow getting over to first, and now Cranepool is the batter. With 2 outs and the base is now loaded. So Selma and Reynolds is ready. So Selma is going to be allowed to face Cranepool to try to get out of this inning. If he cannot retire Cranepool, then we go to the reliever. All right. Selma facing Cranepool. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Mets up by 1. here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 1 strike is the count. Selma with the pitch and a pop up to left. That should do it. Williams ranging over to his right, making the catch in left field to end the inning. So the Mets leave the bases loaded. Selma works his way out of the jam. We're going to the top of the 6th of a 4-3 ball game. Now, Reynolds is ready. We're going to have to remember to get him back up in a little bit. We can't just let him keep throwing. Felsky is leading off against Seaver here in the top of the 6th inning. Cubs looking for some offense. Seaver at 110 pitches. And the Mets up by 1. 2-2 count. Felsky waiting for the pitch. And a pop-up on the left side. This is going to be playable in foul territory as the third baseman, the catcher, File, makes the catch for out number 1. Kessinger now the batter, 1 for 2 today, facing Seaver with 1 out and nobody on. Full count pitch to Don Kessinger. And he takes ball 4 as he heads down to first. So that is a walk with 1 out. And it brings up the pitcher, Selma. So now we're going to go to the bench. And we're going to see that who's going to be the pinch hitter. We're going to send Rick Blatt up as the pinch hitter for Selma. And we're going to make sure that Reynolds is back up so that he's ready in case if Blatt were to, for instance, ground into a double play. So Reynolds facing Seaver here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 out, tying run on first. Kessinger, not particularly fast. We're not going to try to steal with him. Blatt with 1 out, 1 man on, waiting for the first pitch from Seaver. And a liner up the middle, that's a base hit. So the pinch hitter comes through for the Cubs. Kessinger stops at second. And now there's runners on first and second with 1 out and the top of the Cubs lineup coming up. Glenn Beckert is now the batter. How fast is Blatt? You know, this would probably be, well, do we want to try? I'm not sure. I think we're going to go to pitch-by-pitch mode, and we're going to see if we get a chance to pull off double steal here. So Beckert facing Seaver with 1 out, runners on first and second. Swinging away at the first pitch. Way inside for ball 4. That was the fastball. So Seaver issues ball 1. Beckert now waiting for the second pitch. What's this going to be? And there's a swing and a miss. Foul, or swing and fouled off. That was the curve. So Beckert now facing Seaver with a 1-1 count. Here's the next pitch from Seaver. And that is low. That's a fastball for a 2-1 count. And now we're going to put on the run and hit. Or is it going to be a straight steal? Yeah, we're going to put on the run and hit. So we're going to tell Beckert to swing away at this pitch. The runners are going to try to advance with a 2-1 count. And a liner, and he smoked that one but fouled on the left field line. Got way out in front of that slider. Man, that would have been good if that had worked. So now it's a 2-2 count. And Beckert is just going to be swinging away. And we'll see what happens. And another foul ball. So Beckert, we're going to switch this back over to 1 pitch mode. And Beckert waiting for the full count pitch from Seaver. And that's inside for ball 4. So the bases are loaded as Beckert heads down to first. And now Adolfo Phillips is the batter with 1 out and the bases loaded. And this may be a situation where we need to pinch hit for Adolfo Phillips. And I think this is truly a critical situation in this game. Yeah, Blatt is going to stay in the game to play center. And we are going to, no, it's not going to be him. We're going to pinch hit with Randy Hundley. Because otherwise, I just need a pinch hitter. He's going to be immediately replaced by a pitcher next inning. So we're going to let Hundley pinch hit against Seaver with the bases loaded and 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Hundley waiting for the 1-ball pitch. Here it comes. The infield's drawn in. A pop-up, deep right field. I believe this is going to be deep enough to drive in the tying run. The right fielder catches it. The runner comes home. The throw comes home. He is safe at home. So he beats the throw. Blatt goes to third, and we have a 4-4 tie here in the top of the 6th inning. So Randy Hundley gets the sacrifice fly to tie the game, and now Billy Williams is the batter. with the go-ahead run on third and 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Seaver still on the mound with 131 pitches. Williams waiting for the first pitch from Seaver, and he pops that one up to center. I believe this is going to do it as the center fielder is coming in, and AG makes the catch, or Otis making the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs tie the game at 4. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning here in New York. Now, Reynolds is going to come in, and he's going to come into the number 2 spot and pitch in the 6th inning. Oh, and Blatt has to go to center field there. That's why. All right, so Blatt is in center now. Reynolds is the new pitcher. He's going to face File in the number 7 hole in the Mets lineup leading off the 6th inning. 1 strike is the count. Reynolds looking for the sign. And here is the first pitch. And a grounder past the first baseman in right field. That is a single. So a leadoff base hit as Reynolds allows File to reach on the single. And now Heiss is the batter. Nobody out, runner on first. First pitch, and the runner's going. The throw goes down to second, and the throw is late. So a stolen base for File, and that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position with Heiss still batting here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-2 is the count. Reynolds working. Grounder to third. Santo boots it. Oh my gosh, and then he can't throw it over to first in time. So another error, the 4th of this game for the Cubs. Man, this feels like September already. And now the pitcher, Seaver, is being sent up to bat for himself? What in the world is going on here? Seaver's got to have almost 140 pitches. 132. All right. So Seaver facing Reynolds with nobody out, runners on the corners here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Reynolds getting himself in a little bit of a jam, but the defense certainly not helping. Here's a 1-ball count, and the runner goes. The throw goes down to second, and he is safe. So Heiss steals the base. Seaver now batting with runners on second and third and nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the next pitch to Seaver, and he drives that one to left. Billy Williams coming in. He makes the catch. The throw comes home. Williams' throw is right on the money, and the runner is tagged out at home. That is a double play on the 7-2 would be the scoring. Fly ball to left, the throw home, and suddenly the Mets have 2 outs, and the game is still tied. Nice defense there by Billy Williams. And now Amos Otis is the batter with 2 outs. The runner is on third. The potential go-ahead run. Reynolds working with a 1-strike count. Here's the pitch to Otis. And a line drive into center field. That will drive in the run for a base hit. So an RBI single for Otis puts the Mets up 5-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Boswell now the batter with 2 outs and 1 man on. Boswell facing Reynolds. And Reynolds commits the balk. What else can possibly go wrong in this game? The Cubs have recorded 4 errors, and I think that's the 2nd balk. And now Boswell facing Reynolds with 2 outs and the runner in scoring position. 2-2 count. Reynolds induces the ground ball. Banks has it, steps on the base to end the inning. So the Cubs surrender the lead again as the Mets score once. We're going to the top of the 7th of a 5-4 ball game. Santo is leading off against Seaver, who's coming out for inning of work number 7. Here in the top of the 7th inning, Santo waiting for the 2-2 pitch. Seaver delivering. And a grounder up the middle. Second baseman has it. Throws over to first. That is out number 1. Seaver now facing Hickman. Hickman is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Top of the 7th. Full count. Here is the pitch to Hickman. And that's a grounder past the third baseman down the left field line. Hickman is going to have a 1-out extra base hit. Rounding first, heading for second. And he is going to have a stand-up double here for the Cubs in the top of the 7th inning. So Hickman getting the double, and now Ernie Banks is the batter. He's 0 for 3 today, facing Tom Seaver with 1 out, the tying run in scoring position. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch to Banks, and he lines that one in left field. That's going to be another base hit. Is Hickman going to score? He rounds third. He's heading home. The throw comes home. Hickman slides, and he is safe. And we have a 5-5 tie here in the top of the 7th inning. Ernie Banks coming through with the RBI single to tie this ball game up. And now Felski is the batter. Seaver facing Felski with 1 out. The runner on first. Felski waiting for the 2-1 pitch. And a pop-up to center. Amos Otis is coming in. He is going to get under it and make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Banks is still on first, and now we see a relief pitcher. The Mets are going to bring in Ron Taylor out of the bullpen. He is 0-1 with 5 innings pitched, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a .180 for an ERA. He will face the switch-hitting Kessinger, who will come up from the left side. He is 1 for 2 today. Batting with 2 outs, the go-ahead run on first. 2-strike count, Kessinger waiting for the pitch. And Kessinger lines that one up the middle for another base hit. Banks is rounding second. He is heading for third. The throw goes to third. Ernie Banks slides, and he is safe. And so the Cubs now have runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Rick Blatt is the next batter. And we need to be thinking about getting up. Phil Regan is going to come up, and he is going to face the Mets lineup here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Regan is going to be warmed up, because if we send up 2 more batters, we're going to have the pitcher's spot up again and potentially need a relief pitcher anyway. So Blatt facing Taylor with 2 outs, runners on the corners. Tie ball game, top of the 7th inning. Here's the first pitch to Blatt. And that gets away. The runner's coming home. He slides, and he is safe. And the Cubs have taken the lead now at 6-5 on the wild pitch in the top of the 7th inning. So Blatt now batting with the runner Kessinger in scoring position. He advanced to second. Still 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. Taylor facing Blatt with a 2-2 count and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that ends the inning. However, the Cubs score twice. We're going to the bottom of the 7th of a 6-5 ball game. It is time to stretch here in New York. Now, Reynolds is still the pitcher of record. However, Regan is going to be brought in to pitch. So how are we going to do this? We have... Oh, I see what we're going to do. Regan is going to come in the number 8 spot as the pitcher. And then Metzger will come in because he plays an excellent defensive shortstop. Metzger is going to play short, and he will bat second in the next half inning. So, Regan working to the middle of the Mets lineup here. The 3, 4, and 5 batters in the bottom of the 7th inning. Regan working with a full count, looking for the sign, and here is the pitch. Inside for ball 4, Regan issues the leadoff walk, and so Shamsky heads down to first. Regan now facing Swoboda with nobody out, 1 man on. Another full count pitch. And this one's a drive into center. Long run, and Blatt can't make the play. So that drops in for a base hit. So Regan has now allowed the first 2 runners to get on base, and Jerry Grote is the next batter. He's 1 for 3 today. Tying run is on second. Bottom of the 7th inning. Regan working. 2-ball count. Regan looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. And a grounder to first. Over to short. The relay to first. And that is not in time. So Banks starts the double play, but they're not able to make the relay in order to get Grote in time. So now Kranepool comes up. The Mets have runners on the corners and 1 out. That'll be recorded as a fielder's choice. Regan working with a tying run on third here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1 count. Kranepool waiting for the pitch. And a pop-up on the infield. Going over to make the play is Metzger, and he will make the catch for out number 2. Regan now facing Fritz with 2 outs, runners on the corners here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Another full count pitch from Regan, and that is outside for ball 4. Regan feels like he got squeezed right there. Grote heads down to second, and now Cleon Jones is the batter. Jones is facing Regan as a pinch hitter with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning. Regan worked his way into a jam here. He's going to have to pull a Houdini to get out of this inning. Here's the first pitch from Regan to Cleon Jones. And a liner into left field, that's going to tie up the game. As a matter of fact, it'll probably get the Mets the lead. 1 run is in. The ball goes all the way to the wall. 2 runs are in. The next runner stops at third. Cleon Jones with a 2-run RBI double gives the Mets a 7-5 lead in the bottom of a 7-6 lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now Regan has to work to Agee, who is pinch hitting. He has 3 home runs on the season with a .212 batting average, .259 OBP. Regan facing Agee, 2 runs already in, runners on second and third and 2 outs, and I don't think you intentionally walk Agee here. I think you just got to pitch to him. Regan, however, really struggling, and as a matter of fact, Abernathy is going to get warmed up in the bullpen because Regan is he just doesn't have it today. I don't know what to tell you. So bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Here's the first pitch from Regan to the pinch hitter Agee, and a pop up to right. Hopefully this will do it. Hickman chasing to his left, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Mets score twice. They take a 7-6 lead into the top of the 8th inning. Glenn Beckert leading off for the Cubs here in the top of the 8th, facing Johnny Padres of the Mets. Padres, the former Brooklyn Dodger, has worked 4 2/3 innings, allowed 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and a .964 ERA. Beckert facing Padres with a 2-2 count, leading off the top of the 8th inning. Here is the pitch. And a grounder up the middle. The shortstop dives. He has it. Oh, it gets by him. Is that going to be ruled an error? So no chance to retire the runner. Beckert is credited with an infield single, and now Metzger is the batter. He's getting his first at-bat of the season, facing Padres with nobody out, the tying run on first, and we're going to be looking at a sacrifice situation right here with the middle of the Cubs lineup coming up next. Metzger going to be asked to lay down the bunt. He lays it down right in front of the plate. The throw, however, goes down to second. Oh, and they get the lead runner. Jerry Grote with a nice defensive play, but the bunt was poorly executed. So now the runner is still on first. There's 1 out, and Padres is going to face Williams in the top of the 8th inning. Tying run on first. Metzger is a considerably faster runner, so we're going to be looking for a chance to steal with him. I suppose that trade-off might work into our advantage. So let's see what the first pitch is to Billy Williams. And that is the fastball for strike 1. Williams is not happy with the call. However, now we're going to try to steal second with 1 out and the 1-strike pitch. And the runner stops. So the changeup is low, 1-1 count. Metzger decides to hold it first. And we will try to swing away here again with Billy Williams. And he swings and misses for strike 2. That is a foul tip. So Williams now facing Padres with a 1-2 count, and we're going to try to steal second again. Here is the next pitch to Williams. The runner goes, and he stops. The pitch is in the dirt, making a 2-2 count. Padres now facing Williams with a 2-2 count, 1 out, tying run on first. And the pickoff throw goes to first. It gets away, but not far enough for Metzger to advance. So now Padres facing Williams, and we're going to try to steal second again since he just tried that pickoff throw. Oh, and the tag, and he is safe. Wow. I guess they smelled that one out. So now Padres, hopefully he's going to actually pitch to Williams here with a 2-2 count. And Williams lines that one to left field. That'll be a base hit. Metzger rounding second, but stopping. So the Cubs have the tying run on second with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Ron Santo is the next batter, and we're going to be looking now at a potential double steal situation. Metzger and Billy Williams are going to try the double steal on the very first pitch from Padres. Here it comes. The runners go. The throw goes down to second, and Williams, he's going to be safe. So the Cubs pull off the double steal. There's now runners on second and third with 1 out, and a sac fly will tie up this ball game. Santo facing Padres. We're going to switch this back over to 1-pitch mode with a full count. Here it comes. And a liner into left field. That's going to be a base hit. The game is tied. Billy Williams stopping at third. Ron Santo comes through with the 1-out RBI single, and we have a 7-7 ball game here in the top of the 8th inning. Jim Hickman now the batter, facing off against Padres with 1 out and runners on the corners. Cubs looking to get some more runs here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's a 1-ball count, and Hickman waiting for the pitch. And a liner into right. Is that going to be deep enough? That's going to drop in for another base hit. And Williams scores, and the Cubs have an 8-7 lead. So this back and forth exciting game has now seen the Cubs retake the lead for the 2nd consecutive inning. Ernie Banks now the batter with 2 men on and 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Banks waiting for the 0-2 pitch. Padres looking for the sign. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Banks strikes out swinging. And now there's 2 outs. And Felsky is the next batter. Runners on first and second. Padres facing Felsky with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a liner into left field. That's another base hit. Santo is going to round third and try to score. The throw comes home. Santo slides, and he is safe. And the Cubs have a 9-7 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. 3 runs are in. An RBI single for Felsky, and it brings up the closer Regan. And here we're going to see a pinch hitter. Willie Smith is going to be asked to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot, and Abernathy will be brought in to pitch in the 8th inning, the bottom of the 8th inning. So Smith facing Padres with 2 outs and 2 men on here in the top of the 8th. Here's a 1-strike count, and Willie Smith waiting for the pitch. And a drive to right, gonna be playable, however, as the first right fielder Swoboda ranges over and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cubs score 3 times, and they take a 9-7 lead into the bottom of the 8th inning. And now Abernathy will be brought into the number 8 spot to pitch for the Cubs, protecting the 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Abernathy has thrown 12 innings, allowed 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 0.75 ERA. We're here in the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs have a 2-run lead. Abernathy is going to pitch to the top of the Mets lineup. Full count. Abernathy looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. And that's a pop-up to center. Blatt is coming in. He has a long time to get under it. And he settles in to make the catch for out number 1. Boswell now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 2-2 count from Abernathy. Here is the pitch. And a pop-up to left center. Williams is chasing to the warning track. He's going to make that catch for out number 2. So now the pinch hitter is the third baseman Ed Charles, who was a defensive sub earlier in the game, he's going to come into bat against Abernathy here with 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th inning. Abernathy working. Here's the pitch. And a pop-up, this time more towards center, but still left center field. Blatt chasing, calling off Williams, and making the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs take a 9-7 lead into the top of the 9th inning here in New York. Padres is going to face Blatt now in the top of the 9th. Padres sent out for another inning of work. He allowed 5 hits and 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning. Here's a full count pitch, and the former starter, Padres, is going to give up a grounder toward third. The throw goes over to first, and that is out number 1. Beckert now the batter with Padres pitching. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count. Beckert waiting for the pitch. And a grounder toward first. This time picked up by Kranepool, and he steps on the base for out number 2. Metzger now the batter. 2 outs and nobody on. 1-1 is the count. Metzger waiting for the pitch. And there's a pop-up to left. Coming in is the left fielder. He is going to settle under it and make the catch for out number 3. So the Cubs retired in order. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning of a 9-7 Cub lead. And what happened? Oh, Abernathy got hurt? Oh, I completely missed that. How did that happen? Abernathy had a sprained elbow, and he got hurt, so he's not going to be able to pitch. And so now, all right, Steve Hamilton is going to be the new pitcher. He is going to come in to pitch for the Cubs and try to record the save here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So Hamilton facing Swoboda, bottom of the ninth, Cubs up by 2. 3-0 count. Hamilton looking for the sign. And here is the pitch. And that is low for ball 4. So the runner goes to first. And now Hamilton facing Grote with nobody out. One man on. Grote representing the tying run with a 1-ball count. Hamilton with the pitch. And a pop up to center. Blatt coming in quickly. He's going to make the catch. That is out number 1. Kranepool now the batter. The lefty Hamilton dueling with the lefty Kranepool here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 0-2 count. Hamilton with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Kranepool goes down swinging. And now the Mets are down to their final out. McFarland batting with 2 outs, and the runner is on first. 1-1 count. And that one gets away. That is a wild pitch as Felski chases it to the backstop. Swoboda goes to second. McFarland now waiting for the full count pitch as Hamilton fires toward the plate. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Hamilton fires the fastball by him to end the game. So the Cubs win in dramatic fashion today. 9-7 over the Mets in New York. The Cubs getting 9 runs on 16 hits and committing 4 errors in this game, while the Mets getting 7 runs on 9 hits with 1 error. This is probably not a game that the Cubs deserve to win, but look at what happened anyway. So the player of today's game is Ron Swoboda of the Mets. He managed to go 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, a walk, and a strikeout. So the Mets' Johnny Padres actually suffers the loss. He threw 2 innings of 5-hit, 3-run baseball and allowed the Cubs to take the lead that they held to the end. Phil Regan actually is credited with the win, strangely enough. He threw 1 inning of not very effective relief, allowing 2 hits, 2 runs, and 2 walks. Abernathy gets a hold, and Hamilton gets his first save of the season. So the Cubs improve to 9-12 as they climb over the Mets, and the Mets drop to 8-13. Thank you for watching 1969 Baseball.